Decluttering for a joyful home. 6 areas to simplify your life before 70. Hello, beautiful people. Have you ever walked into a room and felt a sense of stuffiness? Not from the air, but from all the things surrounding you? As we journey through life, it's easy to accumulate belongings. But before you hit that wonderful milestone of 70, let's talk about liberating ourselves from some common household clutter. This isn't about deprivation, it's about creating a space that breathes, a space that energizes you, a space that truly feels like time home. In this video, we'll explore 6 areas where a little decluttering can bring a whole lot of joy. Area 1. Outdated electronics. Remember that boxy VCR, the DVD player gathering dust, or that tangle of cords you can't even identify? They're not vintage treasures, they're clutter magnets. We live in a world of rapid technological advancement, and holding onto obsolete gadgets not only takes up precious space, but also adds a layer of visual chaos to our homes. Think about it. That stack of old remotes, the dusty instruction manuals for devices you no longer own, the tangled web of wires lurking behind your entertainment center. It's a silent drain on your energy, a constant reminder of tasks left undone. Imagine, instead, the serenity of a clean, organized entertainment center, with only the devices you actually use. Picture a sleek, minimalist setup, where each cord has its place and every device serves a purpose. It's not just about aesthetics. It's about creating a space that promotes calm and clarity. This applies to more than just the living room. Consider that drawer full of old cell phones, each holding onto a sliver of outdated technology, or the box of miscellaneous chargers, none of which you can remember what they belong to. These items accumulate over time, almost without us noticing, slowly encroaching on our living spaces. They represent a past we no longer inhabit, a technological era that has long since been superseded. Holding on to them doesn't bring back memories. It simply clutters our present. Think about Margaret, a vibrant 72-year-old who finally decided to tackle her overflowing electronics cabinet. She unearthed old cell phones, tangled chargers, and even a broken Walkman. The Walkman brought back a flood of memories, of course, but she realized she hadn't used it in decades. It was a relic of the past, a symbol of a time when music was a more tangible, less accessible experience. She smiled, reminisced for a moment, and then placed it in the donation box. Donating these items to a local electronics recycling center not only freed up space, but also gave her a sense of accomplishment. She realized she was not just clearing out physical clutter, she was clearing out mental clutter as well. The act of letting go was liberating. It was a symbolic gesture, a way of embracing the present and making space for new experiences. So gather those outdated electronics and either donate them responsibly or recycle them. Check with your local community center or electronics store. Many have programs for responsible e-waste disposal. You might be surprised to learn that some of your old devices can be refurbished and given a new life, benefiting others and reducing electronic waste. You'll be surprised how much lighter your space feels, and how much lighter you feel once you've cleared out those technological ghosts of the past. It's a small step that can have a big impact on your overall sense of well-being. Area 2. Stacks of magazines and catalogs. Do you have a growing pile of unread magazines, catalogs brimming with things you'll never buy, or newspapers from weeks ago? These paper piles are notorious clutter culprits. They promise information and inspiration, but often end up gathering dust and creating visual clutter. Think about it. That stack of magazines on your coffee table, each one holding the promise of an interesting article you'll get around to reading someday. Or that pile of catalogs, filled with enticing images of products you don't really need but are tempted to buy anyway. And then there are the newspapers, piling up day after day, a constant reminder of current events you may have already caught up on through other sources. These paper piles not only take up valuable surface space, but also create a sense of visual chaos, subtly draining your energy and making it harder to relax and enjoy your home. Consider the weight of these unread materials, both physically and mentally. They represent unfinished tasks, unfulfilled intentions. Each magazine, each catalog, each newspaper serves as a silent reproach, a reminder of things you haven't gotten around to doing. This can contribute to a feeling of being overwhelmed, of being constantly behind. It's a form of low-grade stress that can impact your overall sense of well-being. Now imagine the freedom of clear surfaces, the serenity of a clutter-free coffee table or kitchen counter. Picture yourself walking into a room and feeling a sense of calm and order, instead of being greeted by piles of paper. This isn't about depriving yourself of information or inspiration. It's about being more mindful about what you bring into your home and how you consume media. Consider subscribing to digital versions of your favorite magazines and newspapers. This not only reduces paper clutter, but also allows you to access content anytime, anywhere. You can even save articles or recipes for later, creating a personalized digital library. If you prefer the tactile experience of print, be more discerning about what you subscribe to. Choose publications that truly align with your interests and commit to reading them promptly. Recycle or pass along magazines and newspapers as soon as you're finished with them. Don't let them linger, accumulating into daunting piles. For catalogs, try unsubscribing from mailing lists that no longer serve you. Many retailers offer online catalogs, allowing you to browse their products without adding to your paper clutter. And when it comes to newspapers, consider reading them online or at the library. This not only saves space, but also reduces paper waste. Think about John, a retired teacher who loved keeping up with current events but was drowning in newspapers. The stacks of newsprint covered his dining room table, making it impossible to enjoy a meal without first clearing the space. He felt overwhelmed by the sheer volume of paper and often skipped reading altogether, feeling guilty about the waste. Finally, he decided to switch to online subscriptions. Now he enjoys his news clutter-free, catching up on current events on his tablet or computer. He can even save articles he wants to revisit, creating a personalized digital archive. John not only reclaimed his dining room table, but also rediscovered the pleasure of reading the news without the burden of physical clutter. Reclaim your surfaces and your peace of mind by tackling those paper piles. It's a small step that can have a big impact on your overall sense of well-being. Area 3. Excess kitchen gadgets. That avocado slicer you used once, the spiralizer gathering dust, or the multiple sets of measuring cups overflowing your drawers. These kitchen gadgets often promise convenience, but deliver clutter. Be honest with yourself. Which gadgets do you truly use regularly? A streamlined kitchen, equipped with only the essentials, makes cooking more enjoyable and cleanup a breeze. Picture Mary, a passionate cook, who finally decided to declutter her kitchen gadgets. She realized she had 3 garlic presses, 2 melon ballers, and a cherry pitter she'd never even opened. Donating these unused items to a local charity not only freed up valuable drawer space, but also brought a sense of calm to her kitchen. She found that paring down her tools to the ones she truly loved and used regularly actually made her more efficient in the kitchen. She wasn't rummaging through drawers, searching for the right tool anymore. Everything she needed was readily at hand. Think about your own kitchen. Do you have a drawer dedicated to miscellaneous gadgets, many of which are still in their original packaging. Perhaps you have duplicates of common tools like can openers or vegetable peelers accumulated over the years. Or maybe you've been seduced by the promise of specialized gadgets that perform a single task, only to find that you rarely, if ever, use them. These items take up precious space, creating visual clutter and making it harder to find the tools you actually need. They also represent a financial investment that hasn't paid off, a reminder of impulsive purchases that didn't enhance your cooking experience. Consider the joy of opening a drawer and seeing only the tools you use and love, each one in its designated place. Imagine the ease of preparing a meal without having to sift through a jumble of gadgets, searching for the right one. This streamlined approach not only saves time and energy, but also promotes a sense of calm and order in your kitchen. It allows you to focus on the pleasure of cooking, rather than the frustration of managing clutter. Start by taking inventory of your kitchen gadgets. Pull everything out of your drawers and cupboards and spread it out on your counter. Examine each item and ask yourself, when was the last time I used this? Do I really need this? Or can I accomplish the same task with another tool? Be honest with yourself. And don't be afraid to let go of gadgets that are no longer serving you. You might be surprised by how many items you can eliminate without sacrificing functionality. Once you've identified the gadgets you want to keep, organize them in a way that makes sense for your workflow. Invest in drawer dividers or organizers to keep things neat and tidy. Consider storing less frequently used items in a separate cupboard or pantry, freeing up prime real estate in your drawers for everyday essentials. For the gadgets you're letting go of, consider donating them to a local charity or thrift store. Someone else might find them useful, and you'll have the satisfaction of knowing that your unwanted items are going to a good cause. Alternatively, you can organize a kitchen gadget swap with friends or family, exchanging unused items for ones you might actually use. This is a fun and sustainable way to declutter your kitchen while connecting with loved ones. Decluttering your kitchen gadgets is not about deprivation. It's about creating a more functional and enjoyable cooking space. It's about simplifying your life and focusing on the tools that truly enhance your culinary experience. By letting go of excess gadgets, you'll create a more organized, efficient, and inspiring kitchen. A space where you can truly savor the joy of cooking. Area 4. Craft supplies you'll never use. Those unfinished knitting projects, the overflowing box of beads, or the stacks of scrapbook paper you bought on a whim. Craft supplies can quickly become a source of clutter, especially if you've lost interest or simply don't have the time. That beautiful yarn you envisioned transforming into a cozy sweater now sits in a basket, gathering dust. The intricate beading project you started with such enthusiasm now feels like a chore. The stack of scrapbook paper, once brimming with creative potential, now just adds to the visual chaos of your craft room. These unfinished projects and unused supplies can weigh you down, creating a sense of guilt or inadequacy. They represent unfulfilled intentions, a nagging reminder of things you haven't gotten around to doing. Think about the energy these unfinished projects drain from you. Every time you walk into your craft room, you're confronted by the visual reminder of these incomplete tasks. It can be subtly demotivating, making it harder to engage in new creative pursuits. The clutter itself can stifle your creativity, making it difficult to find the supplies you need and discouraging you from starting new projects. Instead of being a haven of inspiration, your craft room becomes a source of stress. Now imagine the liberation of letting go. Picture your craft room transformed into a sanctuary of creativity, a space where you feel inspired and energized. Imagine opening your drawers and seeing only the supplies you truly love and use, neatly organized, and readily accessible. This isn't about abandoning your creativity. It's about creating an environment that supports and nurtures it. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of unfinished projects and unused supplies, allowing you to focus on the joy of creating. Start by taking inventory of your craft supplies. Pull everything out of your drawers, boxes, and baskets, and spread it out on a table. Examine each item and ask yourself, do I still enjoy working with this material? Do I have a specific project in mind for this? When was the last time I used this? Be honest with yourself, and don't be afraid to let go of supplies that are no longer serving you. You might be surprised by how much you can eliminate without sacrificing your creative potential. For unfinished projects, consider whether you're truly committed to completing them. If not, don't feel guilty about unraveling the yarn, dismantling the beadwork, or repurposing the scrapbook paper. Sometimes, letting go of an unfinished project is the most creative thing you can do. It frees up mental and physical space, allowing you to pursue new projects with renewed enthusiasm. Once you've identified the supplies you want to keep, organize them in a way that makes sense for your workflow. Invest in storage solutions that keep your materials neat and accessible. Clear containers, labeled drawers, and wall-mounted organizers can transform your craft room into a haven of order and inspiration. Consider creating a designated area for ongoing projects, keeping your current work separate from your general supplies. For the supplies you're letting go of, consider donating them to a local school, community center, or senior center. Someone else might find them useful, and you'll have the satisfaction of knowing that your unwanted items are going to a good cause. You can also check with local art programs or community theaters. They might be grateful for your donation. Alternatively, you can organize a craft supply swap with friends or family, exchanging unused items for ones you might actually use. This is a fun and sustainable way to declutter your craft space while connecting with loved ones. Don't let guilt or sentimentality prevent you from reclaiming your creative space. Letting go of unused craft supplies is not a sign of failure. It's a way of honoring your creativity and creating an environment that supports your artistic endeavors. By decluttering your craft supplies, you'll create a more organized, inspiring, and joyful space, a space where you can truly unleash your creative potential. Area 5. Mismatched or chipped dishes and glassware. Those chipped mugs, the mismatched plates, or the glasses that have seen better days, they might hold sentimental value, but they also contribute to visual clutter and can detract from the overall aesthetic of your dining experience. We often hold on to these items out of habit or a sense of obligation, but using chipped or mismatched tableware can subtly diminish the enjoyment of a meal. Think about it. A chipped mug can feel rough against your lips. A mismatched plate can disrupt the visual harmony of a carefully prepared meal, and a cloudy glass can make even the clearest water seem less appealing. These imperfections, while seemingly minor, can subtly impact our enjoyment of everyday rituals. Consider the message you're sending yourself when you use chipped or mismatched dishes. Are you subconsciously telling yourself that you don't deserve to use nice things? Are you holding on to these items out of a sense of scarcity, fearing that you won't be able to replace them? Letting go of these imperfect items can be a symbolic act of self-care, a way of acknowledging that you deserve to surround yourself with beauty and functionality. Imagine the pleasure of setting a beautiful table with a coordinated set of dishes and glassware. Picture the elegant simplicity of a table adorned with matching plates, gleaming glasses, and pristine cutlery. This creates a more inviting and enjoyable dining experience, not just for guests, but for yourself as well. It elevates everyday meals into something special, a celebration of the simple act of nourishment. This isn't about extravagance or showing off. It's about creating a more aesthetically pleasing and functional dining environment. Start by taking inventory of your dishes and glassware. Remove everything from your cupboards and carefully examine each piece. Look for chips, cracks, and signs of wear and tear. Consider whether the pieces truly bring you joy or whether they're simply taking up space. Be honest with yourself, and don't be afraid to let go of items that are no longer serving you. For items with sentimental value, consider keeping a few select pieces and displaying them in a china cabinet or on a shelf. This allows you to cherish the memories associated with these items without cluttering your everyday tableware. Photograph the remaining pieces before letting them go, preserving the memory without the physical clutter. For the items you're letting go of, consider donating them to a local charity or thrift store. Someone else might find them useful, and you'll have the satisfaction of knowing that your unwanted items are going to a good cause. Alternatively, you can check with local art programs or community centers. They might be able to use chipped or broken ceramics for mosaic projects. If the items are truly beyond repair, recycle them responsibly according to your local guidelines. Investing in a smaller set of dishes and glassware that you truly love can transform your dining experience. Choose pieces that are durable, functional, and aesthetically pleasing. Select a style that reflects your personal taste and complements your decor. You don't need to spend a fortune to create a beautiful and functional tablescape. Many affordable and stylish options are available. By letting go of mismatched or chipped dishes and glassware, you'll create a more streamlined and enjoyable dining experience. You'll free up valuable cupboard space, simplify your table setting routine, and elevate the aesthetic of your dining area. It's a small change that can make a big difference in your overall sense of well-being. Embrace the beauty of simplicity and create a dining environment that nourishes both your body and your soul. Area 6. Linens you no longer use. Those faded towels, the stained tablecloths, or the extra sets of sheets you haven't used in years. Linens take up valuable storage space and can often be a source of hidden clutter. Think about it. That overflowing linen closet crammed with towels of varying ages and shades, mismatched sheets, and blankets you haven't used since who knows when. It's a visual jumble that can make it difficult to find what you need and create a sense of underlying chaos. These excess linens, often tucked away out of sight, represent a form of hidden clutter that can subtly drain your energy. They occupy valuable space and contribute to a feeling of being overwhelmed, even if you're not consciously aware of it. Consider the weight of these unused linens, both literally and figuratively. They represent a past we no longer inhabit, a time when perhaps we had a larger household or different needs. Holding on to these items doesn't serve us, it simply clutters our present. Imagine, instead, the serenity of a well-organized linen closet, stocked with only the essentials. Picture neatly folded towels, crisp sheets, and soft blankets, all readily accessible and in perfect condition. This isn't about deprivation. It's about creating a more functional and aesthetically pleasing space. It's about simplifying your life and freeing yourself from the burden of unnecessary possessions. Start by taking inventory of your linens. Pull everything out of your linen closet and spread it out on your bed. Examine each item and ask yourself, when was the last time I used this? Is it still in good condition? Do I really need this many towels, sheets, or blankets? Be honest with yourself, and don't be afraid to let go of items that are no longer serving you. You might be surprised by how much you can eliminate without sacrificing comfort or convenience. For items that are still in good condition, consider donating them to a local animal shelter or homeless shelter. These organizations are often in need of clean linens, and your donation can make a real difference in the lives of others. You can also check with local charities or community centers. They may have specific needs for towels, blankets, or other linens. Knowing that your unwanted items are going to a good cause can make the process of letting go even more rewarding. For items that are stained or damaged beyond repair, consider repurposing them as cleaning rags or donating them to a textile recycling program. Many communities offer textile recycling options, allowing you to divert these materials from landfills and contribute to a more sustainable lifestyle. Even old towels and sheets can find new life as cleaning cloths, drop cloths for painting projects, or padding for fragile items during moves. Get creative and find ways to give these items a second life before discarding them. Once you've decluttered your linens, invest in high-quality storage solutions to keep your remaining items organized and easily accessible. Shelf dividers, storage bins, and vacuum-sealed bags can help maximize space and keep your linen closet neat and tidy. Consider folding your towels and sheets in a uniform manner, creating a visually pleasing and efficient storage system. This not only makes it easier to find what you need, but also adds a touch of elegance to your linen closet. Decluttering your linens is a simple yet powerful way to simplify your life and create a more peaceful and organized home. By letting go of excess and unused items, you'll free up valuable storage space, reduce visual clutter, and create a more calming and inviting environment. It's a small step that can have a big impact on your overall sense of well-being. So there you have it. 6 areas where a little decluttering can make a big difference. Remember, decluttering isn't about getting rid of everything you own. It's about being intentional about what you keep and creating a space that supports your well-being. A clutter-free home is a more peaceful home, a more inviting home, and a home that truly reflects who you are today. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What resonated with you most? Share your decluttering experiences and tips in the comments below. If you enjoyed these tips on decluttering for a better life after 60, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, click the notification bell so you don't miss out on our latest videos with even more tips on creating a fulfilling life after 60 all for free. Your support helps us continue to create content specifically designed for you. Thanks for watching.